Show on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Hi, we welcome you in. Glad you're along for the ride on a very, very special Thursday afternoon here. We thank our friends from Stanley Pools. Always a Stanley Pools Thursday around here. And I will tell you, we've done a lot of remotes in our careers. This is one of the coolest places we've ever done one from. We are live at the farm at Okefenokee. You've heard us talk about that. You've heard Hayes and I talk about it, for months now. And you and I have had a tour of it before. This is the first time that they brought at least when we're around, the general public. My wife is here. Some of our friends are here. What a gorgeous location. If you're watching us instead of listening, look behind us. Look how beautiful this scene is. It is a really beautiful piece of property here. The cabins are spectacular. Doug Davis, the founder, is going to join us in just a little bit. But what a spectacular remote. We have a lot of remotes. We do a lot of remotes. We're on the road a lot. Nothing quite like this.
It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous piece of property. It's changed a lot since August. I mean, it's really been built up.
Is that when we were here in August?
We were here in August, and like the clubhouse, for instance, you could see the bones of it, but now it's fully finished. This is where we're gonna have dinner tonight. Unbelievable dinner. And I mean, it is gorgeous. Doug was gracious enough to take us around with about 15 other patrons, and we really had a great time. Saw a couple of the cabins, and there's a buzz. I mean, it really is. It's a gorgeous property, and we certainly appreciate the hospitality. We're even drinking Mayhaw cider, made here at the farm at Okefenokee,
exactly,
and
it
is
delicious.
This
is our cider.
So
cheers.
You're
watching. Cheers is right. Mayhaw, and by the way, it's not alcoholic, so we're allowed to.
That's right.
Okay, just so you know that we're allowed to do this. But yeah, we would love to have you come by and check this out one day. We've gotten a chance to do it now. We'd like to have you do it down the road at some point. So definitely come by and if you get a chance to check out the folks here at Okefenokee, they'd love to have you. They have a lot of dinners. Then once a month they have a dinner you can
April
come to.
11th is the next one.
So, but we are in Folkestone, Georgia, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So all kind of stuff to talk about. Again, Doug will join us in about 10 minutes or so. Got a busy show today. We'll certainly do that. Lee Smith, as always, joins us on a Thursday. Our PGA Tour report will be at the top of the next hour. So Doug will be here at 4:15, 4:20 or so. We'll keep him a while to talk a little bit about the founding of this fantastic farm. The cabins are unbelievable.
They really are.
When you hear cabin, sometimes, put this the right way, when you hear cabin, you don't think upscale.
Right.
Is that the right way to say it?
I think that's fair.
Yeah, you don't hear these things are beautiful. So beautiful that my wife's looking at one. So I mean, she honest to goodness. So who knows where we land there? But it's a beautiful piece of property, and we're honored to have had them as one of our clients for the better part of almost a half a year now. We're honored to be out here and represent these folks, and it is absolutely gorgeous. So we can't talk about it enough. You hear us talk about. I can't tell many people say, well, I hear you talk about the farm. What's the farm really like? Well, we've tried to explain it as best we can, but Doug will do a way better job.
That's right.
Than we could have done. So, all right, all kind of fun stuff to get to. I'm happy to be out here. I'm not all that happy about baseball today.
Yeah, what happened?
Skeens didn't make it out of the first.
Because the center fielder dropped an easy play?
JJ, stay with me on this. Agree or disagree. People are prone to hyperbole, JJ. I never would do that. Some people embellish. Some people exaggerate. So if I'm embellishing at all and exaggerating, I don't want to go that far. Maybe the worst center fielder in the history of the sport. JJ, am I close, JJ?
On back-to-back plays, I will say Skeens was terrible today, even without those two plays. But so he comes in, the bases are loaded. He takes a couple steps in, and the ball's way over his head. It was like a Little League play. And then the next batter, he loses it in the sun, and it falls right next to him. And, bad start to the season for the Pirates.
And I wasn't able to watch as much as I was able to listen. But it sounded like Skeens wasn't very good either, so it's not just on Cruz. By the way, the one game I saw, the Grapefruit League game that my friend Billy Nimnick and I went and saw on Saturday, Skeens pitched. The only hit was a ball that Cruz didn't get to, went off his glove. Okay, so he's just terrible. But anyways, I'm done with that. I had to get it off my chest. The Mets have scored. We've held them to 11 runs. So,
oh wow.
So 11.
You know what's funny is you guys had such a hard time hitting home runs last year, and you hit 3 today, but now your pitching sucks.
Yeah, imagine that. We're a pitching strength team. The Pirates. We held them to 11 on opening day. So there's that. But all kind of things I want to get to today in the world of sports. Obviously, the Sweet 16 begins tonight. It's going to be hard. It's going to be painful to watch Iowa and Nebraska play tonight, but they've earned their way in. Texas and Purdue as well, the early games. You made a good point, Hayes. The 2 late games are really good. Arkansas and Arizona. I got Arkansas winning that game. I mean, I got Arkansas going to the Final Four, so we'll see if I'm as crazy as maybe I am. And Illinois-Houston could be one of the better games of the tournament. Now, when a 2 plays a 3, it's supposed to be a good game, but it could be one of the better games of the tournament.
Absolutely, and you really kind of feel with that one that, not to disrespect Nebraska and Iowa, but it sort of feels like of all the, I'd say, games tonight, Illinois-Houston's the one where you almost get a semi-bye, I think, to the Final Four, because I just do not see Nebraska or Iowa. Now, again, Iowa just beat Florida. I get that. Florida played the worst game it could possibly play, but Iowa took advantage of that. So I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but it certainly feels like whoever comes out of Houston, Illinois, you're talking about probably a good 9-point favorite over Nebraska or certainly Iowa. And I think even Nebraska would fall into that territory. But yeah, I mean, Illinois, Houston, either one of those teams can win the national title. Arkansas and Arizona, either one of those teams can win the national title. So I think the 2 games, the final games tonight, will really be spectacular entertainment.
Yeah, so we'll certainly talk a little basketball today. And Lee Smith will be with us to talk golf at the top of the hour. So we got a lot of fun stuff to do. And again, Doug Davis joins us here. He's the founder and one of the many owners here of the farm at Okefenokee, and they've done a fantastic job here. So I can't wait to hear him. He took us on the tour. He did a tour, about 15 people on the tour so far, and the tour one they're going to do a few more of them. Boy, does he know this thing. He knows, and he really explains why we do it, why they did it. So he will join us at about 4:15 or so, about 9 minutes from now. Doug will stop by and kind of give us the lay of the land. All right, other things to talk about. JJ, JJ and I were texting last night because it took about an hour to start that game. Did you watch it all, Hayes?
I watched very, very little of it. Very, very little.
Yeah, JJ, I thought the game wasn't very good because the Yankees blew them out. They're up 5-0 early, 1-7-0. I thought Matt Vasgersian was good. I thought the rest of the broadcast was hideous.
Yeah.
Jay, did you think that?
By the way, he's doing the game right. He's doing y'all's game in New York. So how fast of a flight was that last night? That insane turnaround.
San Francisco to New York. Yeah. I'm gonna guess it wasn't commercial. Okay. I'm gonna guess they had a plane. But I thought he was very good. What are we doing with the comedian guy and the play ball guy and the cable cars with the girls and the taxis with the girl? What are we doing?
And if you watch baseball at all, you know that McCovey Cove, they always have the people on the kayaks out there catching the home runs. So of course Netflix had to put 40 of their own kayaks out there, all with the "in for Netflix" on it, and Bert Kreischer was out there drinking a beer, and it's just like they had to get all. I get it that when you watch a broadcast on Fox, they're going to tell you what shows are coming up, same with CBS or whatever, but this was next level of here's our shows, we're going to shove it all down your throat. And it was just I'm happy that they're not having games once a week on Netflix. Let's just say that.
They only have 3 games, and it was really overkill. And listen, I understand in the media the foundation of media thinking these days is your diehards are going to be there anyway. So how do you go get the people who normally wouldn't follow your sport? That's what this was.
And the McAfee effect.
Yeah. That's right. Exactly. It was just show me the game.
Yes.
You got the Yankees and the Giants. Let me watch the game. And again, the good thing is they had Vasgersian, who was very good. I thought in the L. Duncan's a very good host. Bonds was good.
Yeah.
Pujols was good. Rizzo was good.
Wow.
So I thought they had. They're bringing us all kind of food here. Okay?
Thank you,
we
sir.
may not be able to host there's so much food coming. Thank you so much. But I mean, realistically, just give me the game. I thought Pence was okay. I thought Sabathia was guarded a little bit. JJ. I thought Vasgersian was good, but once we got into the score bug was terrible.
Oh my God, you couldn't even read it. The names of the players were
too much going on. It was about
so
8 colors. Okay, you know what I need? Let me tell you what I need, Hayes. My needs are small. I need balls, strikes, outs, and who's on base. Can I have that? That's all I want. Give me a score, balls, strikes, outs, and who's on base. I don't need multicolors and psychedelic and moving. What are we doing?
One last complaint on the broadcast, and they do it on other ones as well, national broadcast. During the play or during the game, interview with Jazz Chisholm, I cannot stand when they do that and they split the screen. It's like it's so gimmicky. We got to stop with that.
And everybody does that.
Yeah.
But I didn't like it either. All right, so we got a lot of things to talk about today on the program. We're really glad you're with us. It's a fun day today. But again, I hope you're watching us, and at least the camera can give you an idea of just how beautiful the scene is here, and what a wonderful setting the farm at Okefenokee is. We're glad to be here. We're honored to be here, and we've talked a lot about it. Again, you've had to have it too, right? People saying, well, "Tell me more about it."
Absolutely.
I hear you talk about what I mean. More and more people. Well. Doug will explain it way better how it came about. The cabins are gorgeous. They grow all their own food here. If you can eat without ever leaving. There's a protein plan. They grow their vegetables here. But Doug will explain all that to us and how it came about, the whole bit. So you'll hear more about that coming up. Then that great food from Congaree and Penn. We're about to dive in. I think 6:01 is when I'm diving in. So there certainly is that. So there's a lot of fun stuff to do. We're glad you're with us on the program today. Frank, Frangie, Hayes, Carline. Thanks to our friends at Stanley Pools. Always a Stanley Pools Thursday. When we come back, Doug Davis joins us, the founder here. Will tell us all about the farm at Okefenokee. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
I guess they just don't make them like they used to, huh? No! Nobody ever made them like this.
This is 1010XL.
This is it. This is definitely it.
This is Jeff Middlecoff with Cogent Bank. My associate Ryan Salem and I joined Cogent Bank because we wanted to revolutionize the mortgage business, just like Cogent Bank has revolutionized the banking business. So Ryan Salem and I are able to leverage the power and stability of Cogent Bank to go out and find our clients the best investors, the best products, and the best rates in the entire country for your particular mortgage loan. Of course, you don't have to be a customer at Cogent Bank to take advantage of our mortgage services to buy or refinance your home. We offer jumbo loans, VA, FHA, conventional, and investment loans. At Cogent Bank, we offer mortgages nationwide, so we can help you with a second home or help a family member who lives or is moving to another state. Call Ryan Salem or myself, Jeff Middlecoff, at Cogent Bank today, 904-442-9191, to see how we can help you with any of your mortgage loan needs, whatever or wherever they may be.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, Cogent Bank, NMLS ID 402296, Ryan Salem, NMLS ID 1182429, Jeff Middlecoff, NMLS ID 249086.
When it's game time, make feeding the crowd easy. Chicken Salad Chick serves fresh Southern-style chicken salad, flavorful sides, and crowd-favorite catering trays. Order ahead at chickcatering.com or visit one of 4 area locations today.
Joe Coward, Matt Hayes, and Leon Searcy are serving up your daily dose of sports talk specials from scratch.
I didn't know you could.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford.
These are delicious.
Noon to 2 weekdays on 1010XL.
Funny thing, a lot of plumbing companies still call themselves local, even after being bought by, well, not local people. Meanwhile, Hall & Sons Plumbing is still family-owned, veteran-operated, and proudly serving Jacksonville the way we always have, with a handshake, honest pricing, and real local roots. So if you want a plumber who actually lives down the road, not in a boardroom 3 states away, call Hall & Sons Plumbing. Local. Family. Real.
Liberty Landscape Supply is sponsoring Whiteout Cancer Night with the Jacksonville Icemen, Friday, April 3rd. Wear your Iceman gear in store and grab free game tickets while supplies last. Bring your ticket back with any $25 purchase and get a free 1-gallon plant. Liberty Landscape Supply has been making outdoor projects simple in Jacksonville for nearly 20 years. Find one of the 4 area locations at libertylandscapesupply.com.
I'm Holt Harrell with Harrell & Harrell. Choosing a law firm after an accident is an important decision. With so many messages, we know it can all sound the same. At Harrell & Harrell, we believe what sets us apart is our commitment to you. We'll help you find doctors to get you better, and we'll work hard to maximize any recovery. Visit our website and look at our reviews to see how we've helped people just like you make this important decision. Harrell & Harrell. Offices, Jacksonville.
I was born in Louisiana.
The Legends 90th birthday celebration. Live. Buddy Guy, 90. Saturday, August 22nd, St. Augustine Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now at AXS.com.
When you buy online, you really cannot tell because you're not looking at the stone. So it's impossible to buy a stone online that you could really see everything about it. You have to buy a diamond in person.
That's John Lupo at Beard's Diamonds, who says one big mistake is trying to buy a diamond online. Because each diamond is unique, you need to examine it for yourself.
Otherwise, you can get fooled, you can get tricked, and that's not a good thing when you're spending thousands of dollars.
At Beard's, John's son Ben says they give each customer the ability to compare multiple diamonds in their price range, not just on paper, but up close inside and outside.
Go outside in the natural daylight. That's the best test to be able to see the exact color in the stone, see the brilliance in the stone, and the fire and the scintillation, which is very, very important.
People want to know what they're spending this money on, and they also want to be protected.
That's why Beard's takes it a step farther with a money-back guarantee and a trade-up policy that guarantees you will always get what you paid when you upgrade. Buy with confidence at locally owned Beard's Diamonds in St. John's Town Center.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
And we welcome you back to the program. We appreciate our friends from Stanley Pools. Give them a call at 904-269-7277, the best pool builders in town and have been since 1988. Frank Frangie, Hayes Carline with you. I told you before this, we do a lot of remotes. We go a lot of places, but this is one of the coolest ones we've ever done. We are at the farm at Okefenokee. Doug Davis is the co-founder here. He and Jeff Meyer founded this, but Doug's joining us now. Bro, what a great place. This is gorgeous. Thank you for having us out. Thank you for the tour you just took a bunch of folks on. You've had to be really proud of what this is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, first of all, it's awesome to have y'all here. What an exciting event for us. I mean, to be live, I mean, this is incredible. This is the first time. But, yeah, so we just did a tour, and you guys were there. And I have to say your eyes were like saucers out there.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all were.
So was my wife. So
That too. So, it was. I felt like we were really reaching you.
Yeah. You did. I promise you did. So, but give people the idea. Where did this come from? Where did the idea come from?
Yeah.
How did you're a Jacksonville guy? You live in St. Aug. Jeff's a Jackson. Would you say let's build this gorgeous farm with all these cats? Where did it come from?
Well, so first of all, what a blessing. I mean, Jeff and I have been friends for 25 plus years. You know, anytime you do something with someone else, there's always a risk involved.
Sure.
That the relationship would either sour or you would maybe your vision for something would be compromised. And one of the things that I can share with you honestly is we're about 5 years into this now, and I'll answer your question. But before I say that, I just have to say I just feel overwhelmingly blessed to be doing this with Jeff. I mean, we're so like-minded. We share such a similar vision. We're really good friends. And so, first of all, more than anything, the journey that we're on has just been absolutely beautiful. And so I think part of the reason why what we're doing, and I think the folks that have joined us would attest to this, part of it's just, in the end, about joining within a group of people, feeling like you're doing something together, and the people that join us out here feel like that. And so, so specifically to answer your question real quick, Jeff and I would have never been able to do this had COVID not happened.
Okay.
Like, COVID woke up a lot of people and they started asking questions like, what happens if the logistics chain is compromised? Where's my food going to come from? I mean, you remember the runs at the grocery store,
absolutely.
Whether it was toilet paper or broccoli or whatever else. And so we started thinking, what could we do to build out a place where everything that you needed to live is not only provided, but it's done in such an incredible way that you couldn't even buy higher quality, more nutrient-rich fruits and vegetables and beef and so forth. So I don't want to overwhelm you, Frank, but so I'll pause for a second, but bring on the questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, Doug, when you hear regenerative, tell the listeners like what goes into that and the flow of the property to move around and be engaged with your neighbors.
Yeah. So I love to ask the question I asked y'all on the tour, have you heard of regenerative agriculture before? Because so many people have not. It's really quite simple. It's just this idea of utilizing processes that have always been intact. So, out in the Great Plains, when the bison would move through, when they would eat the grass, they would cause the grass roots to go deeper, and it would sequester the carbon and the nitrogen and move it around under the soil. It would break up the soil so that the when it rained, the water could be stored. Like all of the natural things that animals and cover crops do when they're working together, we mimic that here at the farm. And so we do that in favor of having to use pesticides and fertilizers. And so, you can't do it overnight. It's a process that we've been working on now for several years, and our soils are continuing to get more and more rich. And so as we do that, we are able to rely less and less on inputs. So that's what regenerative farming is. And it really goes way beyond just the farming. When I think about this idea of regeneration, it's so much of what we do. I was sharing with you guys a little bit about our relationship with Trinity Rescue Mission and about the at-risk women. It's the individual lives of the owners. I mean, we're all completely coming here from a place of growth. So it's just like our bodies are being regenerated by the food that we're eating. In community, our relationships are being regenerated. And so the whole thing is just this virtuous cycle that's building upon itself.
So if people move here, if they're interested, you're building, you're going to ultimately have 250 cabins.
Yes.
That's it. When built out, you have 250 cabins here. Yeah. People will buy a cabin. Essentially everything they eat is here.
Correct.
All the vegetables are grown here. You have a protein plan.
Yep.
You've got chicken and cows, and so that's really the idea. Is have this beautiful cabin on this beautiful farm, and everything you consume is here, right?
Yeah, you say it better than I can, Frank.
But that's it. And so, and people, how many cabins are built now? How many owners do you have?
So we have about 40 owners so far.
Okay.
The owner, they become an owner when they buy a lot,
right?
And so we probably, if I had to guess, we probably have anywhere from 15 to 20 cabins under construction or completed.
Okay.
With several more coming out of the ground.
Okay.
And so it's a constant process. The ownership begins with buying the lot, then we design it. Every cabin that's built here is custom.
Right.
So we can do it as elaborate and as beautiful or simple and minimalistic as you like. Ultimately there'll be 250 of them. It's comprised of probably 6 to 7. We like to call them villages. And when I was driving you guys around, I was sharing the density is clustered. A lot of people hear this idea of a cabin in Georgia, and they think of North Georgia, 5 acres of land on the side of a mountain. We've kind of got a different concept. Ours is we're clustering the development to really promote this idea of scale, so that it's a man-made scale. So instead of having automobiles, we have farm carts. It's so that you can walk it. It's so that you're in relationship with your neighbors, and you look out your door from you're sitting on your front porch, and you got people picking in the garden. You're starting conversations with them. It's this whole idea of interaction and interconnectedness.
And one thing we've seen here is this beautiful clubhouse where we are now, right on the lake, big indoor area with the TV, just like a clubhouse if you lived at a country club. It's the same concept. You have a staff.
Yeah.
Staff prepares the food, prepares the dinners. So I mean, there's great living arrangement. And I got to tell people this: we all grew up in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So if you grew up in Jacksonville, you went to Strickland's or Goldhead Park. I mean, right? You went to and you jumped in. Well, you have built. You describe it better than I can. But it's a swimming hole.
Yeah.
Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
It's a swimming hole that you can dive. It's like you're going to Strickland's. That's the coolest thing.
So here's the background real quick. Everything that we do at the farm is authentic to original farming practices. Like we don't want this to be a contrived experience. Like when you come here, it's a farm. I mean, for the good and the bad. The roads get dirty and muddy and dusty. But then the flowers are blooming and it's beautiful. And so you've got this juxtaposition of both the tension of kind of rough and tumble with beauty. And so the authentic nature of that, we didn't want to compromise that by having an in-ground swimming pool.
Right.
So we have our swimming hole. You know, when I was growing up, my grandma would take me to, there was a place called Lake Dwellers on the south side of Mandarin, and it was this swimming hole. And, people were afraid to jump in it because they were afraid snakes and moccasins were there. It was this beautiful, clear water. Well, we have the same thing here. No snakes and alligators, but it's a beautiful, clear swimming hole. And so the homage to Strickland's is we've got 4 big, huge poles coming out of the ground right now, and we're building a jump tower there so that you can climb up. I mean, you remember, did you ever climb the towers at Strickland's and jump off of them?
I wasn't a good enough swimmer. You probably did.
Come on.
But
really?
I jumped. But we swam around in there forever.
Okay.
And so,
all right.
But I'm telling you, and I'll say this, Hayes, you're right. There's dirt roads. There's not these super asphalt roads, and you're right. It feels like a farm. There's not built-in swimming pool, but the cabins are pretty legit. Now, okay, I mean the cabins
yeah.
are legit, Hayes. I mean they're like legit.
Without a doubt. And if people, our audience listening, the one thing that you guys do that I think is really cool to connect people out here, they can come out for a tour, but you guys do these dinners once a month. We'll have one April 11th.
Yep.
And tell us about that, because that's again, people can go to okefarm.com, okefarm.com, but the dinners I think are really cool because it's open to the public.
Yeah. Well, what the audience can't see right now is this beautiful.
Oh my God! I'm gonna tweet a picture of it. Okay, they'll see they'll see it in a minute.
I'm just telling you, if you come to one of these events, you will not walk away hungry, number one,
right?
And you won't believe the quality of the food. I mean, it's just literally incredible. And they're an all-inclusive event. So when you come, you show up at 2:00. We have the wagon ride tour that you guys did with me earlier.
Right.
We have you can walk through the gardens, you can explore the area, and then usually somewhere around 5:30, we start with the charcuterie board, kind of like what we have over here, all kinds of smoked meats from the farm and so forth. And then we progress into this incredible dinner progression. It's probably about 7 courses, and I tell people, I'm like, look, you've got to pace yourself because if you don't, you're gonna cash out after like the second or third, and then we've got the beef coming at the end. It's like the last course, and so I'm just telling you, we've had people come literally from all over the continental U.S., but certainly even other parts of the world, just to experience these dinners. And what I don't understand, I mean, they pretty much all sold out, but I have friends still that haven't come yet. I'm like, you live within an hour of the farm.
Right.
You can't have a dining experience like this anywhere else, I think, in the Southeast, and you're missing out. Where are you? Why aren't you coming to check this out?
Yeah.
It's incredible. So,
we're excited. And by the way, we live in Jacksonville, so no matter where you are,
you're an hour away.
You're
45 minutes
20,
at least.
30 minutes from dinner anyway.
Yeah,
so shoot. Okay, so somebody hears us talk all about this. All right, Frank and Hayes, I hear you, and Doug, this is great, but I want to see it for myself. Doug, what if someone wants to tour it, someone wants to see it, to go on the website, set up an appointment, to take us through, because I think you're going to have some people that are going to hear this say, I'm coming up there to see all that Frank and Hayes keep babbling about. What did we do?
Yeah, so the first thing and the easiest thing to do is our website could not be more simple. It's okefenokee.com. Okay. So the first thing to do is just go sign up, because we send an incredible newsletter out every 2 to 3 weeks about what's going on here at the farm. We will showcase our team that works here, because I can promise you everything that you see here around the farm doesn't look like it does without the team that's here. And so, I mean, we have an incredible group of people that work here and that are part of what we do. So the first thing to do is sign up at the website. And then that way you can then from there. Now, once you do that, we'll reach out to you, and then we'll offer you, if you'd like, we'll just offer to come out to do a simple wagon ride tour. If you just want to learn about the farm, like say, get a lot of people, they're like, hey, I really don't want to go and sit somewhere for 2 hours to learn about cabins or whatever else. They just want to see the farm. Well, awesome. We've got a wagon ride tour where you can just come do what we did today. So that's option one. But there's a lot of people who are like, hey, I would like to explore this lifestyle.
Right.
And so we have a team of people here that you can meet with. I'm one of them. And we just kind of take you through a day in the life at the farm, what it's like here. And it lasts anywhere from 1.5 to 3 hours, depending upon your engagement level. We're very low pressure. We just want to share what we do here. And if it resonates with folks, then they can take the next step. And so that's really the best way to go about doing it.
Yeah, without a doubt. And what's your favorite thing that you've ever had?
He's going to say all of it, because I'm having all of it.
This looks incredible.
The pacing yourself.
The pacing's good.
That's good advice. It really is.
Well, with what's on our table now, I'm going to be honest with you. This piece right here in the corner with the darkened edge and the mushrooms.
Yeah, you've been eyeballing that since you got here.
That would be the piece I would. So that's the prize on the table right now.
And by the way, you partner with Congreve and Pimp.
Yeah, absolutely.
And people in Jacksonville, I think, know Congreve and Pimp, right? Tell me about that relationship.
Well, I mean, the food that we have tonight is prepared by them. They come. We have our clubhouse, our kitchen, everything else, and from day one, they've been our culinary partner. I mean, as you know, there's nobody better, right? I mean,
they're really good.
And again, you'll attest to that. But the food, and so it's actually a beautiful relationship because we have incredible setting, incredible food, incredible everything else. But we need, at the scale that we're at right now, with 40 owners that aren't always here, it doesn't make sense to have our own entire team.
Sure.
And so it's a beautiful relationship that we have with them. They're here regularly. They do an incredible job. I can't say enough good about them.
All right, Doug Davis, co-founder here. The place is beautiful. We also got a beautiful day too. I mean, we got a big crowd here that came for this event tonight. Thank you for having us, Doug. We're excited about that. I'm excited about the show. I'm more excited about the food. Okay, just and I will say, Doug does the tour, and you do a fantastic job of giving people an idea of kind of what they're getting here.
Yeah.
So if you want a beautiful cabin, a really nice cabin, and again, I don't know if cabin's even the right word for it because they're really nice homes on a beautiful farm. Doug, thanks for having us. We
appreciate it. Yeah.
Back in a moment, live from the farm at Okefenokee after this.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Looking for golf that doesn't feel like golf? Welcome to Pine Royale, Callahan's new golf entertainment destination. Play a 9-hole par 3 course, compete in TrackMan-powered driving bays, and get ready for all-new 18-hole mini golf coming soon. As the sun goes down, the course lights up. Add in great food, a full bar, and space to hang with the whole crew, and suddenly golf feels a whole lot more social. Search Pine Royale Callahan and come play today.
This is Richard Miller with your Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles Update. Last month, Upper Deck released hobby boxes of 2026 golf, celebrating 25 years since the first release of Upper Deck's golf cards. Local names Miles Russell and former UNF golfer Nick Gabrelsic have their first trading cards. Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. Update your collection.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to floridahomeac.com/careers to find out more.
Picken here. Restore comfort and confidence with oculoplastic specialist Mary Kate Wilson, MD, at the Eye Associates, Jacksonville's expert in oculofacial plastic and reconstructive care. Dr. Wilson specializes in eyelid surgery, cosmetic and reconstructive procedures, and treatments, always with a personalized approach. Now seeing patients at the Beaches, Southside, and St. John's locations. To schedule your consultation with Dr. Wilson, call the Eye Associates, formerly Bowden Eye Associates, Schneider Eye and Wellness Center, and Janet A. Betchkel, MD, at 296-0098.
Alert! Alert! Termite swarms are active right now in Jacksonville, and once they get inside, damage can happen fast. Termites don't knock, they silently attack the structure of your home, leaving behind costly repairs and long-term headaches. Protect what you've worked hard for with the proven protection homeowners trust. Terminix Day, with advanced termite treatment and prevention solutions. Visit Terminix.com and schedule your free termite inspection today.
Welcome to Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why they're North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. Online at keybuickgmc.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
Jacksonville, you voted, and Baker Glass came out on top. The Bold City Best Awards are all about locals choosing their favorites, and you picked them for Best Auto Glass and Best Glass and Mirror Service.
I'm back with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
When you're hungry, go big, and more importantly, go to Dailies, where they got anything and everything to tantalize your taste buds and fill you up. At Dailies, our barbecue beef brisket sandwich is slow smoked to perfection, tender, juicy, and full of bold flavor. It's the kind of sandwich that truly satisfies. Try the barbecue brisket sandwich at Dailies. Meanwhile, some favorites never go out of style. The Duval sub at Dailies is stacked, loaded, and made with the bold flavor you want in every bite. Fresh ingredients, big taste. It's a local favorite. Grab the Duval sub today at Dailies. Or maybe you just want a delicious chicken sandwich. Some choices just work. The chicken sandwich at Daly's is crispy on the outside, it's juicy on the inside, and it is full of flavor. Perfect for lunch, perfect for dinner, perfect anytime hunger hits. So grab the chicken sandwich today at Daly's. Daly's is made fresh, it's made local, and Daly's is built for big appetites. I'll see you there today.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
Frank, Frangie, Hayes, Carline. Listen, I don't ask much of you.
That was a pretty good break.
Yeah, my knees are small.
Yeah.
And when I ask, I expect.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you've never done a show by yourself. I mean, it's not like you're all that new. Okay,
yeah, you go ahead. It's 4:34.
I'm about to dig into this food. Okay. I mean, if you need, listen. What I will do once you start hosting by yourself, I'll be right over there.
Okay.
So if you need something,
yeah.
I mean, look.
If I say tippy toe,
yeah, right.
Then you need to come back.
Okay. I'm a giver. If I need to come help, I'll come help. So
this is magnificent.
It really is fantastic. So it was great being out here. I'm telling you, folks, we hope you can come to one of the dinners. April 11th is the next one.
That's right.
We hope you can make your way out to one of these. They have one a month, and they really do a terrific job. So catching up, baseball has started last night. The Yankees beat the Giants 7-0. The Mets beat my Pirates 11-7 today. And so Paul Skeens was very shaky in his first inning, only worked an inning. The Pirates were bad, and the Mets are pretty good, so we'll certainly talk about that game. The Nationals lead the Cubs 8-3. Boy, the Cubs off to an unusually bad start. I thought it's one game, by the way. Brewers all over the White Sox 11-1. That game's in the 7th inning, so we'll update you.
The Braves don't even play today.
They don't play. It's
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and not only that, why are we? Again, last time I'm going to complain about it. JJ and I are texting each other, complaining so much. JJ, at one point, I think you said, "Okay, last complaint."
I'm done.
Right? He kind of texted me last night. But what are we doing? Just put the game on ESPN or but anyway. So no, the Braves don't. The Phillies, by the way.
Did they ever say how much Netflix paid for that?
JJ, did you know that?
Yeah, I heard it was 9 figures for all of it, which I'm assuming is like a hint, nod. In the future, we're gonna get more.
Yeah, I think maybe 50 million.
Okay,
for
the opener,
for
the cornfield game,
and the
Iowa
game,
and the home run derby. Okay.
50 million.
For 2 games and an exhibition.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Wow.
So yeah. So what? In fairness to baseball, what are they supposed to say? No.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's it. A lot of things to talk about. Lee Smith at the top of the hour to talk golf. Let's get to basketball. Sweet 16. What's jumped off the page for you, Hayes? Has it been? Not a lot of upsets. Obviously, the big upset involved our team. That's the one everyone's talking about. But what's jumped off the page more than anything else for you as we're now to 16 teams here?
That you're going to have some really elite basketball settle the national championship, and it does start tonight. Arkansas and Arizona are absolutely both capable of winning the national title. I think Arizona is better, but I see why you picked Arkansas to go to the Final Four. If Arkansas had been in a region with Duke, with Michigan, I would have been tempted to put Arkansas through to Indianapolis. I just think Arizona is who I have winning the whole thing. So when I saw it, I was like, well, there goes Arkansas to the Final Four for me. But totally see why anybody would believe Arkansas with Darius Acuff Jr. and what's a better supporting cast than what people believe the Razorbacks have. It's not a one-man show. Like BYU's a one-man show.
Right.
You know, they have DeBonsa, and that's really it.
Correct.
Arkansas is not that. Acuff is, yes, by far their best player, but they've got other guys that are matchup problems for a lot of teams, and I expect Arizona to win. I'm surprised the line's 8.5. I think it'll be closer than that. And then Illinois, Houston, both teams are absolutely capable of winning the whole thing. Illinois has arguably one of the best offenses in the country. Houston, we know about how tenacious defensively they've been under Kelvin Sampson. They have an amazing freshman, Flemings, that is playing at a really high level as well to give them a little bit more offensive boost than what we're traditionally used to seeing from Houston. So I think tonight, I don't think Texas can win it. I even though Purdue's at 2, I don't think Purdue can win it. I don't think Iowa or Nebraska can win it. But once you get beyond the first 2 tonight, You get to Arkansas, Arizona, Illinois, Houston, any one of those 4 teams can win the national title, and that's before you get to tomorrow's 4 games that will be every bit as spectacular as these 4.
And I want to get back, by the way, to your point about Arkansas. That's a team John Calipari put together. Oh, by the way, Cal coaches that team. To your point, everybody knows about Darius Acuff. He's been magnificent. He may be the first pick. I mean, he's the best freshman in the country, one of the best players in the country. But everybody wanted Billy Richmond. DJ Wagner. I mean, DJ Wagner was as highly regarded as Boogie Flan, and they split time last year. So if you look at the people, I mean, this is Cal's. The reason I picked him is Cal put this team together. This isn't some. He fell into one good guy. And to your point, so I think they're going to beat Arizona tonight. Now we'll see if I'm the biggest dummy in the room. It won't be the first time, but I think they're going to beat. And Arizona's really good. Arizona might be the best team, but I think they're going to beat them tonight. So we'll see. We'll certainly track that for you. Gator news. I heard you talking to Lauren about this at the handoff. Boogie Flan is coming back. You've got some trepidation. You said this the other day, and we had so much else going on. We didn't have time to kind of dive into it. So let me dive into it. You're not crazy about that.
I like guards that can hit at least the rim when they shoot a 3.
Right.
And he just too often misses wildly. He did get better at the end of the year, but he really only got like serviceable. It wasn't like he went from he all of a sudden was a good 3-point shooter. He just went from being ungodly awful at it to getting to be kind of decent. But at Florida, I just don't think you should settle for that. Boogie Flan does a lot of other good things. His mid-range game is good. He is a good defender. And obviously Todd Golden must believe that his 3-point shooting can get better in the offseason and maybe return to where it was, where at Arkansas he was fine in the half a season he played for the Razorbacks. I mean, it wasn't like when Florida got Fland out of the portal. It was, well, he does everything well, but he can't shoot the 3.
Right.
That was not the book on him. It just fell apart once he got to Gainesville. So if he can find that form again, then sure. But if I was Florida, I would have said, thanks for the memories, and I would have tried to upgrade.
Yeah, I'm glad. I disagree. I'm glad Flan's back. He can't shoot. He's not a good shooter. And you can tell just by his form in the shot, he's not going to be a great shooter. It's a little bit of a corkscrew thing. It's not smooth. It's jerky. It's a 2-piece movement, not one like Irvin Clavjar, who also is going to come back, by the way, as we expected. It's not a. So I like that. I think he's a good point guard. I think he's a good defender. To your point, his mid-range game is good. The problem is they had 2 starting guards that couldn't score. That was the problem. And I agree with you. This isn't 20 years ago. If you had a really good playmaking point guard, he didn't need to be a good scorer. Nowadays everybody can shoot. Big guys can shoot. Little guys can shoot. Centers can shoot. They can all shoot now. And I know, and I get that. But I think Flan's a good player. I mean, I think he's a very good college player that doesn't shoot well at all. What this tells me is he's got to go find a dead-eye shooter or 2 in the portal. I think Alex Lloyd will help them. He's either a backup point guard or a 2. C.J. Ingram will probably replace Thomas Houck. Thomas Houck's not coming back, so I know you think he is, but I'd be surprised, in my opinion. But I think C.J. Ingram becomes their small forward unless they get a guy in the portal. They've got to go find shooting. I will tell you this, and you've talked to some folks, well, I have too, even in the last day or so. Boy, there is a belief they might have Condon back. Again, we did our predictions. Your prediction was Chinlu, Condon, Houck all back. My prediction was Chinlu back and the other 2 not. But I was iffy on Condon. I think people believe he's coming back. I mean, are you getting the sense that there's almost now momentum? Now, it's going to cost them $3 million. But who cares? Not our money. Do you get the sense that the Condon's, I think it can sense Condon's, well, you've said it all along, but I guess I'm now coming to your side of the tracks with Condon now.
I don't know really how he could enter the NBA draft. The whole point of the offseason for Alex Condon was to establish that he can hit a 3.
Right.
He got worse.
Right.
I mean, to the point where
he really did.
Like when he was open and would just start to move his arms up at Exact Tech, fans would be like, no.
They did.
And so, I mean, he can't enter the draft.
Yeah.
Who's going to take him?
Yeah, great
point.
I
mean, and so he may not stay at Florida. I mean, maybe Kentucky or Kansas offers him $4 million.
Yeah.
But in terms of I don't see how he leaves college.
Yeah, and
I mean, I think his draft stock's worse now than it was a year ago.
And he's a really good college player, so I don't think Todd Golden will let happen with what happened with Denzel Aberdeen happen. I think they'll match any offer for Condon. If Condon says I'm going to play in college next year, but I gotta maximize the dollars, I think Florida matches whatever it takes. So we'll see. But again, I'm okay with the Flan thing. But they've got to find some shooting. They got to find shooting to go. Flan doesn't look like a bad point guard if there's a dead-eye shooter, if there's Lee Humphrey out there with him. When he looks like a bad shooter is when the other guy can't shoot either. And that's kind of what they ran into this year. We'll take a break. Hayes has headlines after this. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
There's a magic in live radio that crackles with life and energy.
Let's go home!
Your home for live play-by-play is 1010XL.
At G&H Tires and Service, the G stands for great pricing. The H, well, that means honest service. For over 20 years, Roger and his team have helped Jacksonville drivers stay safe on the road. Need brakes, oil change, AC not blowing cold? Well, how about a super affordable $36 oil change? Affordable brake jobs, AC checks before summer hits, alignments for all these construction roads, and even free check engine light inspections. Locally owned, community driven. G&H Tires and Service on Beach Boulevard.
Get a healthy start in 2026. The Florida Department of Health in Duval County is here to help you get healthy and stay healthy all year long. Our dedicated team is committed to providing high-quality care and trusted public health services for our community. Our mission is simple: to protect, promote, and improve the health of you and your family. Learn more about our programs and services by visiting duval.floridahealth.gov.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists congratulate the 1010XL Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Jake McAllister, senior lacrosse and football player at Fletcher High. Jake's a member of the National Honor Society and the Key Club. He's been accepted to attend Lincoln Memorial University.
Coming to you live with a show you can't miss. Turnpike Troubadours. Playing St. Augustine Amphitheater Saturday, October 24th.
Kicking up barges on a long hot summer day.
With special guests, Muscadine Bloodline and the Creekers. On sale Friday, 10 a.m. at AXS.com. Turnpike Troubadours, live.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental. With light sedation for cleaning, then deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
Ticket here for Action Garage Door. Nothing more frustrating than your garage door misfiring. When it does, I call Action Garage Door. They take action. Jeff and Art and crew, Jacksonville folks, not some big out-of-town chain. Something goes wrong with your garage door, take action. Check them out. Garage Door 911, GarageDoor911.com.
Stop letting high-interest debt weigh you down. Pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. It's a completely hassle-free way to cash out your home equity with no appraisals, no paperwork, no waiting. Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan uses AI-driven technology to get you approved for cash in as little as 1 day with a rate that's at a 3-year loan. One client got $100,000 approved in under 24 hours, wiped out all their credit cards, started a home improvement project, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,500. Call Loan Pronto now and see how much cash you can get. No hard credit pull up front. Imagine, this time next week, you could be credit card debt-free. Loan Pronto, A-rated by the BBB, with nearly 2,800 five-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. That's 999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. On approved credit, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Here's a little secret to why I've been married for over 25 years. Kuhn Flowers. High Flying Jacko here. Yeah, that's correct. When I need to send some love to my bride, I don't wait for an anniversary or her birthday. I just simply go to KuhnFlowers.com.
When you're a little kid on the playground, they tell you don't hit back. Well, the courtroom isn't a playground. And if you've suffered an injury or death in your family, I'm here to tell you it's okay to hit back and fight to make them pay. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we understand all the pain and emotion that comes with being wrong, and we've dedicated our lives to making things right for people like you. So if you get hit back with Hastings Injury Law. Offices, Jacksonville.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Gather round. It's Hayes' Headlines, presented by Harrell and Harrell. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Hear all about it. Here's Hayes Carline.
We certainly appreciate our friends at Harrell and Harrell. Give them a call at 251-1111. They will take great care of you. Welcome back to the Frangie Show. We're out here at the farm at Okefenokee having a wonderful time, eating some great food with some amazing people and just incredible scenery. So, again, okefarm.com. Learn more about it, but you got to get out here and see this wonderful property. Frankly, we're going to start with the Jaguars. ESPN's Ben Solak graded the free agent classes around the NFL, and I thought this was interesting. He ranked the Jaguars 9th, the best in the AFC South. He had the Jaguars 9th, the Texans 13th, the Colts 27th, and the Titans 28th.
And it's interesting that he's not judging just people from the outside. He's judging the re-upping their own guys. So, no, that is interesting. I wouldn't have thought that the Jags, because Chris Rodriguez is really the only guy that is new to town, I wouldn't have thought that would have gotten much national attention. Again, here, because we know the team so well, I'm very comfortable with who they are and what they've done. But I'm surprised they got so good.
Yeah, let's get to college basketball. Boogie Fland and Urban Klabzar returning to the Gators. Good move for Todd Golden?
Yes, you and I disagree a little bit on Fland, but I think Fland is a very good point guard. Physical, defends, has been in the fire. I think he's a good player. Just can't shoot. So they've got to pair him with shooting, which is one of the reasons I'm glad, and I don't think it's a coincidence, that they made sure he and Klabzar committed together, right? I don't think that's an accident. I don't think it was just happenstance. But they've got to go into the portal, and they've got to get they got to get a dead eye. They got to get a guy that was north of 40%, a guy that's been in big games. And I'll bet you spend for that now. But I think if Condon and Chinyelu come back, which seems to be the talk now, Hauke's not coming back. Flan comes back. Klabzar's your shooter. I do think Ingram and Lloyd are good young players that will help you in time. Both Browns will be on the team. They have to go find shooting. If Henlockton gets his hardship and Chinyelu and Condon are both back, they're pretty good up front. They're pretty good again up front. They'll rotate those three guys at two spots. Hayes, they've got to find shooting. So if you compare some shooting with what you've got in Fland, I think it's a very good idea.
Let's get your picks for tonight's game as the Sweet 16 begins. We'll start with Texas-Purdue.
Yeah, I think this is the end of the line for Texas. I give Sean Miller credit in his first year there. I think he's done a fantastic job. It really does. But I think that's the end of the line for him. Nebraska, Iowa, I don't care, so I'm not going to watch. I think Iowa's going to beat Nebraska. I think I was underwhelmed by Nebraska. I know they're a 9 seed, but I was more watching them against Florida and watching Nebraska, even though it was a wonderful game against Vanderbilt. I was more impressed with Iowa, so I think Iowa's going to move on. In the late games, I'm going to take Arkansas. I'm standing my ground on this. I'll take Illinois, too. How about that? I'll pick some upsets. I got 3 upsets tonight.
Very good. And, again, great slate tomorrow. St. John's, Duke, Alabama, Michigan, Michigan State, UConn, and Tennessee, Iowa State. Obviously, we'll talk more about it on tomorrow's show. But Michigan State, UConn, what a street fight that's going to be.
You had a good answer when I asked you what jumped off the page for you. What you said is right. Well, there's some good teams now. I mean, it's the NCAA tournament, duh. There's supposed to be good teams, but sometimes so many upsets change that. There's some. The better teams are still playing, which is kind of the way it's supposed to be. You're right. Tomorrow night's gonna be a heck of a night.
Without a doubt. The Pioneer.
My goodness!
Is returning.
I saved that for you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Will Wade going back to LSU. The Tigers, of course, fired Wade 5 years ago after he was involved in an FBI probe. But as the sport of college athletics has changed, LSU now welcoming back Will Wade with open arms.
Well, and again, it's trite and everybody's saying it, but I'm not going to skip it. You know why they got him? They made him a strong-ass offer. That's what they got. I know that's been everywhere on social media, but I don't go on until 4. I'm not holding back, okay? So if you don't know the story, Will Wade paid a player. The FBI got involved. Everybody got involved. He was on tape is saying, I don't know why he wouldn't come. We gave him a strong-ass offer. That was before you could offer him money. But look, he's today's guy. Players want to play for him. He's a good coach. He knows how to get players. Now all the stuff he did before is legal, right? Why not go bring him back? LSU brings back the guy they fired because their basketball program's a disaster. The word got out they were hiring him before they even fired the other guy.
Right.
Okay, so this is the same school that went and took Lane Kiffin and yanked him away from Ole Miss while Ole Miss was in the most historic run in its school's history. God bless you. God bless you, LSU.
Oh, yeah.
God bless America. Will Wade back to LSU. That's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get into Major League Baseball. The season started last night with the Yankees crushing the Giants 7-0 on Netflix. And then today we've got about half the bigs playing. Anything jump out to you either last night or today?
Skeens being as bad as he was today. I mean, I'm not saying just because I'm a Pirates fan. I mean, he's the most talked about pitcher in baseball. And JJ's right. He wasn't very good. Even though defense didn't help him any, but he wasn't very good. So I think that's jumped out. The Cubs, who I think are one of the better teams in baseball, are getting waylaid by the Nationals, who aren't very good. Now, look, that's baseball. There's 162 games, but I think those are the two most surprising ones to me. The Brewers are winning big. The Yankees won big. The Tigers are very good. So none of those games surprised me. I think the Cubs they're going to lose to the Nationals in Wrigley, surprised me. And Skeens being that bad on day one. Those are probably the two biggest surprises for me.
All right, well done. We'll get you out with today's musical nugget. Happy birthday wishes to Aerosmith frontman Steven Tyler, who turned 78 today. The man brought us Dream On, Walk This Way, Love in an Elevator, Liv Tyler. Aerosmith was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2001. This is Ragdoll.
One of my wife's favorite all-time bands, Aerosmith. She loves I got her first row seats to see Aerosmith and Lenny Kravitz one time, and it was one of the greatest things we've ever done. She loved it. So Aerosmith, one of the great American rock bands. I will tell you, Rick Ballou likes to do this. He's such a good music guy. You make a list of great American rock bands, top 5.
Absolutely.
If it's American rock band. Well done as always. Lee Smith is here to talk golf. He's our PGA Tour analyst after this. Stay with us.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show. From the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Ever wonder what Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser did before the drill?
Maybe we weren't the smartest guys on campus.
Dan and Jeff.
We had fun, huh?
Mornings on 1010XL.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative, here to share with you an actual client review.
Dude, these shirts are sick.
Check out the shirts and other sick promo items at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Picking here. Oh, boy, you know I love a good flash sale, and we got one right now from Zero Res. This week only 15% off all cleaning. It's International Cleaning Week, baby. Carpet, air ducts, tile, grout, upholstery, hardwood, area rugs, and more. Be the household hero and book now. Call 287-5727. Flash sale this week only for 15% off all cleaning from Zero Res. Tell them Dan sent you. Zero Res, spelled backwards and forwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Get geared up for your golf weekend with Dan, Jeff, and PGA Pros on Brunch with the Tour.
Expect anything different?
Tuesday morning at 8:30. Teed up by Clearwater Irrigation on Jacksonville's Golf Station. 1010XL.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Bud Light and everyone at Anheuser-Busch want to remind you to get home safely every time. People are counting on you, on the road and at home. Plan ahead with safe rides, and don't forget to hydrate between beers. Bud Light encourages everyone to enjoy responsibly and socialize safely.
This is Hayes Carlion for Harrell and Harrell. I was at lunch with my good friend Holt, and he was telling me that sometimes a lawyer can get more from a case than their own client. I was surprised to hear this, but Holt said that doesn't happen with Harrell and Harold. They'll never take a fee that is greater than their own client. When they say they treat their clients as a person and not a file, they mean it. Hopefully you won't need them, but if you're ever injured, call Harrell and Harold at 904-251-1111. That's 904-251-1111.
After attending a Saturday Bumps and Bruises clinic by Southeast orthopedic specialist, my son's hip and shoulder issues were diagnosed quickly, and he's back playing. As a busy family, we really appreciate their prompt attention.
I've been having knee problems for probably 6 months, and I had heard about Southeast Orthopedics on the radio, and I gave them a call. They got me right in. Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. It was painless, and it's been doing fantastic.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
We love talking sports on 1010XL, and I-9 Sports loves giving kids the perfect way to grow up playing the game. Spring and summer registration going on right now. Log on to i9sports.com to see all they've got to offer for kids ages 3 and up. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. Year-round sports all across the First Coast. St. John's, Duval, and Clay. Sign up now for spring and summer. Great new locations added like Tocoy Creek High School and Westside Middle. Get your kids in the game with I-9 Sports. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount at i9sports.com.
Hey, gang, Prosser here for my friends Chad and Sandy. What are your concerns? What struggles do you anticipate when it comes time to sell your home? What is it that bothers you? What's keeping you from getting max money as quickly as possible? Well, I don't know what those reasons are because I know they're all silly. Because Chad and Sandy have one down-to-the-line guarantee. Your home sold guaranteed, or they will buy it. It'll be at a price and a rate that you agree upon beforehand. So if you need to sell now, fast, easy, stress-free, and you need max price, then you need Chad and Sandy. The government's making moves intended to push mortgage rates lower. The last time rates dropped, we saw a selling and buying frenzy. Now's the time to prepare. It's time to call Chad and Sandy. Darcy in San Jose did. I wanted to move to a more walkable, vibrant area. Within 3 days of working with Chad and Sandy's team, I found the perfect home. They do it stress-free with a guarantee. Go to chadandsandy.com or call 414-6200. That's chadandsandy.com.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Gate Stores. March Madness continues tonight with the Sweet 16 at 7:10. Texas takes on Purdue. At 7:30, Iowa takes on Nebraska. At 9:45, it's Arkansas versus Arizona, wrapping up with Illinois versus Houston at 10:05. The Gators baseball team will head to Fayetteville, Arkansas on Friday for a 3-game series against the Razorbacks. It's 76 degrees at 5 o'clock time and temp, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
We thank our friends from Stanley Pools, the best in the business. My friend Greg Stanley and his team, they're so good. Liz and Kim and all of them, and that's why they've been doing it since 1988. They've done our pool, they've redone it, they've done our backyard with walls and lights and pergolas and pavers, and they can do the same for you, our friends at Stanley Pools. We're live today, a very special show today. We're live at the farm at Okefenokee here in Folkestone, Georgia. What a big crowd we've got here. It's a fun crowd. We're going to have that great food from Congaree and Penn. We've already dove into the appetizers. Great advice Doug Davis gave us. Don't stop.
Pace
Just
yourself.
stop, because you know what? It is really good, and it's about a 4-course meal. And again, I want to remind people they do this once a month, often on weekends. On April 11th, which you know the weather's going to be fantastic out here on this deck. And again, if you're watching us, you can see right behind us, it's beautiful, how beautifully it sets up here.
They're going to be doing a whole hog on April 11th.
I know. How about that?
Yeah.
So, but it's really going to be good. So, go to the website. It's an easy website. Doug made a great point. Sign up. You get the newsletter, and then you'll find out all about the great things they're doing out here. And again, they're selling these cabins, and they're fantastic. And again, we keep going on and on about it because I was talking to my buddy Chuck, who's here. Some of our friends are here, and he said, he listens to the show all the time. He's heard us talk about it. They're our friends. We go to dinner a lot. He's heard me talk about it privately. But you can't do it justice. No matter how hard we've been in this business a long time, no matter how hard you try to explain what this is, you kind of got to go see it, don't you?
Absolutely. Well, that's the thing. It's just so unique. I've never been anywhere like this.
Same.
I mean, it's amazing, and you can see, as Doug was telling us, you can see how going through the pandemic of COVID has led to this kind of an enterprise, and why people are so invigorated by it. The opportunity to, have the highest nutrition that you can have, and be with in a community setting, and with these spectacular cabins. So it is. It's amazing. And again, you can just walk around it. I mean, that's the cool thing is, like, if you own a cabin here, you walk the grounds and you're exercising, but you don't really think you're exercising.
Yeah, and the weather, and boy, we catch a great weather day too. There's a nice breeze out here. It is absolutely perfect. We were waiting on our friend Lee Smith, but I talked to Lee earlier today. I know he knows we're calling, so he must have gotten tied up a little bit. But we will talk golf in just a few minutes. JJ, let us know when Lee joins the show. JJ's been trying to track him down.
What's anything going on at Houston Open today? How's Koepka?
Well, we find Koepka.
I was hoping Koepka would play well.
Paul Waring leads it. He's at 7 under.
Oh, wow.
He shot 63 today. It's a par 7.
Never heard of him.
Par 70 course. You have heard of Sam Burns.
Yes.
He's among those at 5 under who shot 65. Let me find it. You wanted to know Brooks Koepka here in 1 second. We'll get to Lee in a second. I don't see Brooks Koepka, but
that's not good.
We'll certainly find him. But Paul Waring joins. And now let's say hello to our buddy Lee Smith. He is the executive director of the Players Championship.
Time now for the tour update with Players Championship Executive Director Lee Smith.
Keep an eye on this one.
Presented by Sunshine Turf, the highest quality artificial turf at affordable prices.
All right, Lee Smith does join us now. Lee, how you doing, buddy? Good to talk to you. How are you?
Doing well. How we doing? How's the on location?
The farm is fantastic. We've been talking about it all day, Lee. The people have to see how magical this place is.
Lee, we got to get you out here.
Oh yeah, I think Lee tried. Lee tried. He's a busy cat, though.
He is busy.
He's a busy cat. So, but we are gonna get you out here, Lee. So we look forward to that. Lee, tell me about the Houston Open. How is it regarded? How is it regarded by other players on the tour? Is it one players tend to miss, to skip? Tell me about where the Houston Open. Obviously, the Players is behind us. The Masters is around the corner. How do people feel about this event?
Yeah, I think it's really an interesting week on tour that is somewhat unique. Obviously, playing at a really good golf course in Memorial Park that I think is like one of 5 municipal golf courses that is run by the Houston rec department, basically, and the opportunity for locals and others to play at a very efficient rate throughout the year and play a tour golf course, which is rare. Even public golf courses or municipal golf courses in most places usually carry some hefty fees in the off season and leverage the fact that they host a tour event. So the opportunity for a place like that to host a tour event, to be accessible to a lot of players, I think is really, really neat. And in this particular week, I think it's only a month down the line that, they're going to host a major championship on the LPGA Tour. And so not only fans having the opportunity to see a PGA Tour event and high caliber, tour players in professional golf, but then only a month later to see the ladies come and compete at major tournaments. So, yeah, I think the Texas Children's Houston Open is, obviously a tough spot on the calendar between a lot of significant events on the PGA Tour, but at the same time, I think it's a really cool event and always a good place for somebody to pop up and get that invite to Augusta in just a couple weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. Lee, looking back at this past weekend at the Valspar, I thought it was sensational that Matthew Fitzpatrick was able to shake off the close call at the Players Championship and win that event. What did you see out of Fitzpatrick that impressed you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously a world-class player, Hayes, that was riding a lot of momentum, and certainly there's, like anything, there's always 2 ways to go from a kind of a crushing defeat or being right there in the mix. That you can obviously have that live with you and say, hey, it wasn't my time, and and all those types of things, or you could take the confidence out of that of playing against the strongest field and take that to the following week and say, hey, my game is there. I'm ready to compete at the highest level, and obviously on that final day, and being able to walk into 18 and make a putt on 18 to obviously close the championship, I think was, great. And look, obviously we're a little bit biased here locally, but, look at what the Players Championship has done for players over the last few years, whether it's Scotty and Rory moving on to win, at Augusta, or JJ Spawn using the momentum and springboarding to the U.S. Open last year, or Matthew Fitzpatrick using, what was a difficult end to winning the following week. I can only imagine how, what Cameron Young may feel like is, hey, I'm going to take this trophy and hopefully springboard it to a bunch of other wins later on in the year.
Hey, Lee, we always talk about the young guns, and how there's so many 20-somethings that are rearing their head. They win. They're on leaderboards. They're on leaderboards 2 or 3 weeks in a row. We all like following them, but it's fun always to see a guy from, I don't know, a few years ago. Ricky Fowler is showing up on some leaderboards, isn't he? We've noticed you turn on television on Sunday and you see Ricky Fowler, which you haven't in a while. Is there a resurgence there? Is there maybe a little shot? He's 3 under again today, so he's among the leaders or close to the leaders. Is there something left for Ricky, do you think?
Well, isn't that the great thing about the game of golf, Frank, is what we see out of a guy like Justin Rose in his mid-40s that is still playing at a very, very high level. And so I don't think it surprises anyone that, that Ricky is starting to kind of put some polish on his game and play a little bit better, and just get to where he gets that putter rolling again. I think I always look at Ricky as a guy that hit the ball well, but was a very aggressive putter. I always loved when he was in his heyday, as those 3, 4, 5 footers would go in the back of the hole, hitting the back of the hole with a bunch of speed. And, I think he's just starting to kind of find that momentum and find the confidence. And I can only imagine that, him playing on tough golf courses, that he's going to continue to really play well. And I think you do the same thing on the opposite side of the coin, as you said, with those young players and guys like Marco Pinge that I think we talked about at the very beginning of the season as somebody that I thought was going to win, just seeing the success that he had on the European Tour. Johnny Kiefer is there in the top 10 as a really, really young player. I think that's just the great thing about the PGA Tour, and the great thing about our game is that it's cool to see anybody from 20 years old to 45 really compete on a week-to-week basis.
We almost saw that with Snedeker. I mean, that was a great run that he had. Unfortunately, he had the dismal final 9 on Sunday, so he ended up, I think, T18. But Brandt Snedeker, I mean, we haven't heard from Brandt Snedeker, it feels like, in 10 years. He is a major champion, but boy, that was a long time ago. I think he won the PGA maybe in 11, something like that. But boy, that'd have been an unbelievable story, and that's the charm of golf. And again, it didn't end well for Brandt the other day, but boy, he made a great charge.
No, exactly right. And I think he even talked about, obviously, his President's Cup responsibilities that, continue to weigh on a player like that, not dissimilar to Keegan Bradley last year with the Ryder Cup responsibilities. And being so involved in a tournament like that he's keeping an eye on players. And I guess if we're starting to see a trend there, it's that they're watching a lot of golf and maybe, through osmosis, taking on what a lot of good players are doing and having it translate to their game. No doubt. That was a certainly impressive 3 days. And, I can only imagine that similar to others, that's going to, provide some confidence, hopefully, for him going forward, too.
Lee Smith is our golf analyst. All right, Lee, so as we look ahead, how will people treat San Antonio now? Obviously, it's the week before the Masters. And for people that don't know, Hilton Head's right after the Masters, which is the signature event. So, and the Masters is the Masters. Will people skip San Antonio? Will they use it as a tune-up? I mean, how do golfers think through that, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think it's extremely different. It's just based on the athlete, Frank. I think there are a lot of players that want to rest and, that they've got their game in shape and, hey, I'm going to do it on my kind of own time and at my own pace to sharpen up for Augusta. And then I think there's other players that, utilize those competitive juices and want to kind of be in the fire and be active and be competitive on that week leading in. And certainly if no matter what tournament, but, especially there at TPC San Antonio, is they're going to treat that event and get it as much, get it into the condition as much as that golf course will allow, so that it's proper preparation, for Augusta and undulations and green speeds and those types of things that they can to try to prepare the players that way. So I really think it's just what that individual player looks at as what's right for him. And that can maybe alter year to year. Some players may take a week off and see that didn't work, and so that they want to then play. So I think it just depends on the athlete. But I think you'll see that whatever players there take a look at, whatever players are in that field are ones that really think that, hey, I can, as long as I put myself in that competitive fire, that's going to be the best for me as it leads into Augusta.
Lee, it seems like the clock has been an issue on the tour at times this year. We saw this past weekend, Fitzpatrick was very annoyed by his playing partner, whose name escapes me. I think he's it was like a guy with like 4 names, which I thought only I had that. But anyway, is what in your opinion can be done about the clock and things like that, and the frustrations that players like Fitzpatrick sometimes have with playing partners?
Yeah, it's always a delicate balance, Hayes. We and look, compare it to all other sports. There are pitchers that work fast, that obviously infielders and outfielders appreciate working behind, and then there are pitchers that tend to work slow. And obviously, the creation of the pitch clock has changed a little bit of that. But you get frustrated at quarterbacks and offenses in football that work fast versus obviously take the play clock all the way down to the bottom. And I think golf is no different. Part of it can be gamesmanship, especially when you're playing with a player that likes to play fast, to try to slow them down and try to play it at your pace type of thing. But I think from a rules standpoint, our rules team does a pretty darn good job, and especially over the last couple years of further implementing ways around, clocks at the Korn Ferry level, and different things to try to speed play up. And I think a lot of that really monitor and evaluation of all those clocks. I think you'll continue to see, how they get implemented at the PGA Tour level, after all the data has come in. And I think one of the most interesting things, Hayes, and I won't bring up any names, but, I think one of the players on the PGA Tour that is notoriously maybe perceived as one of the slowest players is actually not even close to one of the slowest players when it comes to, their name and actually pulling off a shot based on a full season's worth of data. And one of the players that actually tends to complain a little bit about, pace of play and those types of things actually ends up being one of the slow players. So, I think sometimes it's just a little bit about the evaluation process and the data process. And I think that certainly is an important item that the PGA Tour continues to evaluate. And, I think you'll see a lot of changes going forward.
Lee, final thing for you here. I want to ask you about Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy. Scotty obviously withdrew because he had his second child. Good for him and his family. Rory has struggled with injury. Obviously, he's the defending champion in Augusta. What are your expectations for those guys? Are we back to full boat pretty quick for them? Take them one at a time. Scheffler, then McIlroy. What are your expectations as we move forward here?
Yeah, I think, look, Scotty always just seems like a guy that his game tends to round into shape when these big events happen. I'm sure, and obviously congratulations to him and Meredith on their second child. And I can only imagine him kind of sharpening the knife at home, and maybe going, you know what, I'm gonna show this newborn a thing or two about who his father is, type of thing,
Right.
you know, in 2 weeks. So I can only imagine him wanting to show off. I think Rory, on the other hand, certainly it can't be easy to you know, obviously have a champions dinner and all have all the pomp and circumstance around being the defending champion at an event like that. And then combine that with maybe you're not coming in at full strength, or you're coming in just a little short with a B game. So, you know, I'm sure, hopefully for the event and obviously professional golf in general, that all of the players come in, you know, fully healthy and obviously with their A games, because I think you know, if there's one thing that Augusta tends to do, is that it always delivers a lot of drama on that back nine on Sunday, and is can't miss TV, and what better way to have Scotty and Rory and Cameron Young and Xander Schauffele and, you know, all the best players in the world coming down that back nine stretch and making birdies and eagles and putting on a great show.
Yeah, you're right. It's right upon us. Just a few weeks out, no question about it. Lee Smith is the executive director of the Players Championship. Does a great job as our golf analyst as well. Lee, we appreciate it, buddy. Talk to you next week.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Have fun out there.
Oh, all right, man. Thank you. Lee Smith, all-time good guy and a great golf analyst. No question about it. Do want to remind you, we're live here at the farm at Okefenokee. Look at this crowd. Great crowd. God, what a gorgeous day out here. We've already kind of nibbled on some great food. They're having a dinner out here. A lot of our listeners want opportunities to come out here. A bunch of other folks are here as well. So it's going to be a really cool night. We're live from the farm at Okefenokee, one of the coolest remotes we've ever done. I mean that sincerely. Back in a moment. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
When Florida wins, she's sunshine and beach waves. With a Gator heartbeat, Lauren Brooks on Helmets and Heels. Afternoons 2 to 4 on 1010XL.
At the First Coast YMCA, there's no place like this place, with programs and experiences that will bring your whole family together. Summer will be here before we know it, and Y Summer Day Camp registration is now open. Visit your local Y to secure your child's spot early for a season full of memories and adventure. Don't delay. Day camps will fill up. There's no place like this place, so visit your local Y to sign up or online at fcymca.org. Search Summer Day Camp.
Frank Frangie here. These days, it's hard to know which companies to trust. But when it comes to banking, I trust South State Bank. South State truly values its customers, and they work hard to create meaningful, lasting relationships. I love going into my local branch. I see the same smiling faces I've seen for years. South State is the largest bank headquartered in Florida, so they're able to offer all the banking services you need. You can trust South State Bank. Banking forward. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Catch the sights and sounds of the great outdoors from anywhere in the city. Go hunting and fishing with Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin Favor, and Captain Kirk Waltz on the Nimnit Outdoors Show every Saturday morning from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Longer days, warmer nights, and a backyard that brings everyone together. Spring and summer in Florida means pool days, backyard barbecues, and night swims under the stars. Pickett here. For nearly 50 years, Surfside Pools have been creating the backdrops for life's best memories. From weekly service and repairs to remodels, commercial maintenance, and new pool construction, Surfside does it all. Ready to float happy? SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools. Summer starts here. License number CPC 044080.
Springtime is the perfect time to get your home organized. Hey, this is Lauren Brooks, and I love our closets from Closets by Design. They create custom storage systems designed around how you actually live. From closets and garages to entertainment centers, laundry rooms, and storage for any space and budget. Make an appointment to tour their showroom on Phillips Highway and get 40% off plus an extra 15% off free installation and 18-month special financing. Schedule your free consultation at 904-878-9393 or find them online, closetsbydesign.com.
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball opens this weekend at Five-Star Ballpark. Come early tomorrow for the opening day street carnival and don't miss post-game fireworks, all presented by Roland Reese Plumbing and Ascension St. Vincent's. Then Saturday, the first 2,000 fans get replica championship rings and more fireworks presented by Birkin Construction. The defending AAA national champs are home all weekend. Tickets start at just $5.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
I was born in Louisiana.
The Legends 90th birthday celebration. Live. Buddy Guy, 90. Saturday, August 22nd, St. Augustine Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now at AXS.com.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
I got to say this. He's Carline, who hails from the Bowl School. I'm not a glutton by nature. I'm not. I mean, I eat right. I mean, it's just ugly what's going on already today and what's going to go on tonight. The food here, prepared by Congreve and Penn, that we're enjoying here at the farm. Oh, my God. I'm trying not to be full now.
I know.
Because the charcuterie they brought out and the flatbread, that's the starters.
I know. It's going to be a problem. Like, I don't think I can pace myself.
We do. We'll remind you again. You can go to the website. Tell them the website. You can go to the website.
Okefarm.com. Okefarm.com. It's very well done. It has all the information that you need, and sign up for their newsletter. I mean, I get it. It's like once a month.
So do
it's
I.
Not. It's not. It's not like it's intrusive.
Right.
And it's got all the great information about the dinners. Again, their next one's April 11th, and but they do it every month, and it's about 70 people, and it's again, we're in Folkston, Georgia. We're about an hour from my place. It was about an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, so it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not. And once you get here, boy, you'll be awfully glad you did. There's no question about that. Baseball has started. You know by now that last night was opening day. We've been sort of updating you as best we can of scores and what's going on in the world of baseball. You know, the Yankees last night opened it all up by beating the Giants 7-0 today.
Do you think that Giants manager is going to be good?
Well, Tony Vitello, I'll be interested. Yes, I do. But he's very different. He's the first guy ever in the history of baseball to go from being a head coach at a college to being a manager in the big leagues. Now, Pat Murphy was a longtime coach at both Notre Dame and Arizona State. Got hired as an assistant with the Brewers, and when Craig Counsell left for the Cubs, became the manager. But he didn't go from head coach in college to manager. So this guy's the first guy. It'll be interesting because he's chirpy. He's his teams. They're the ultimate bat flippers, and so. But yeah, I think he's good. I think one thing I've noticed. JJ, jump in here if you agree with this. Younger managers who connect with players have kind of replaced the older guys. You know what I mean? And that's not everywhere. But JJ, don't you sense there's more?
Yeah, we just got Walt Weiss.
yeah. Well, okay, not everybody, but for the most part, younger guys.
I think it's also guys who are more willing to use analytics with making the lineup every day, with how they manage the bullpen, how they manage the starting rotation. I think you have to be a guy who's willing to work with, some of the smarter guys in the front office when it comes to analytics too.
I do too. That's a good. That coincides. Not only do these younger guys maybe connect with players better because they're closer to their age, but to JJ's point, they understand the analytics game. They're not old guys like me that still want the best hitter to hit third. So there is some of that. But it'll be interesting to see. Other scores: the Brewers wallop the White Sox 14-2.
You're going to see a lot of that this year. The White Sox losing.
Yeah, you are. How about the Nationals hanging 10, beating the Cubs 10-4?
The Nationals have a good young core. They're not going to do much this year. They'll probably win like 60, 70 games. But yeah, I'd look for them in a year or two to really come out. James Wood is really good prospect.
Jacob Young is a kid. He's an interesting story. Played at Ponte Vedra High. Little guy. I say little guy. 5'11", 175, 180. Played at Ponte Vedra High, really good player, but a scrapper kind of guy. And I met him. He was hitting at our ballpark a year ago, and he came up and introduced himself, and we got to talk for 15, 20 minutes. Really nice kid. So he plays at Ponte Vedra. Doesn't look like a guy that can ever play at a big-time college. Okay, he just doesn't have he's a great athlete, but Florida signs him. He's a kind of a backup utility guy. And Tom Stanton, who was the coach then, a buddy of mine who was the coach then at Ponte Vedra, tells the great story. He says, I told Sully, if you ever put him in the lineup, you'll never get him out. Well, they put him in the lineup. They never got him out. He was one of Florida's best players, leadoff batter. He's now one of the best players, JJ, on that Nationals team.
What's his name?
He made Jacob Young. He made the two great catches last year, climbing the wall. Remember the climbing the wall catches last year? And he had a home run today. And he had an opening day home run, Jacob Young. So he's a really good player from Ponte Vedra High, from the Gators, that is now starting for the Nationals and one of their really good players. So he'll be fun to watch. There'll be a lot of local guys that are fun to watch. A lot of Jacksonville guys who have made their way up.
The Pirates kid, Cromenhawk, yeah. Is that his name?
No, the Pirates have Hunter Barco. Hunter Barco. He's in the bullpen. I think he ought to be their fifth starter. He's a lefty. He also a guy that played at Florida. I think he should be their fifth starter. Right now, he's ticketed for the bullpen. But baseball's going to be fun to watch. I will tell you, we had this conversation yesterday. There's a legitimate buzz about baseball in the last 2 or 3 years, and you made a good point. Hey, the World Baseball Classic affected that. But I think today's stars, everybody knows Ohtani. Everybody didn't know Mike Trout. You know that? Everybody didn't know Mike Trout. Baseball people did, but it's not like the world knew him. Maybe he wasn't in as many commercials, but everybody, JJ, knows Ohtani and Skeens.
And Judge.
Everybody. And Judge, of course. Everybody knows those guys. Maybe it's because they're all tall. Judge because he plays for the Yankees and wears 99. Skeens because he was all the rage and he dates Livy Dunn, and who was there, by the way, on Saturday. Just so you know, I didn't. I buried the lead on it.
How am I just finding out about this?
Yeah. He was there, by the way. How did I not share that? I got all caught up in our trip. I forgot the important stuff.
Did she buy you a beer?
She did not. But she was there, and it was funny that we were sitting the Skeens pitches. And it's the first time I can ever remember, and I've only been to 7,000 spring training games in Bradenton. It's the first time I've ever heard that much chatter in the stands. Hey, Livy Dunn's here. Hey, do you see Livy Dunn? Hey, do you see where Livy Dunn's sitting? I've never heard that. So now there haven't been a lot of Livy Dunns, as a matter of fact. So, but yeah, I think it's going to be a fun year in baseball. I think people know the players. I think the other thing too, JJ, I get the sense that the heritage teams might all start being good together.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I know the Dodgers are very I guess some people think it's bad for the game what they do, but I mean, since they've been good, the ratings have been immense, man. And I think Ohtani going to the Dodgers instead of the Blue Jays was a godsend for baseball.
Great call. And by the way, you know how I feel. I think there should be a salary cap and equity of spending. I've been on that. I've beat that dead horse enough. But I still think it's better for baseball when the Dodgers win.
Right.
It just is. It's just so the.
What you guys make of Manfred's interview on Netflix? Because I saw just online that they were shredding the interview.
Yeah,
it was like tons
puff
of softballs.
piece.
I didn't. Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't even watch it.
Okay.
I didn't even watch that, but I heard the same thing.
They were like, "Hey, when did you first fall in love with baseball?"
Yeah,
that was their first question.
I heard his
This
first,
really is a great sport.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're on the verge of a stoppage of play in 6 months.
Right. Well, that's right, and good point. I didn't watch it, but to the issue of the stoppage of play, we're at a good place right now because again, as much as people like me and a small market team whine, it looks like now the Dodgers, Yankees, Cubs, Red Sox. I still believe the Braves are going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Are all kind of good at the same time. You know, JJ,
Phillies.
I think that's important. Yeah, it's the Phillies. The Phillies are probably not quite as marquee, but close. But they're close to a marquee team. All good at the same time. I mean, when the Dodgers, Yankees, Red Sox, and Cubs all have good teams, when those four teams are all look like they're going to be playoff teams, which I think they are, that's good for baseball. Clearly is.
Without a doubt. And, I mean, again, if we go back through what we picked, I picked something Braves,
we
Red
picked
Sox, but
most of the same team. Yeah,
it was who was your American League?
I have the Tigers losing to the Dodgers. I have the Dodgers beating the Tigers.
So the Tigers are great from a tradition
Yeah, that's
standpoint.
right. That's right.
But maybe don't have like the
That's
sizzle,
correct.
But
Great point.
But I still think the public would
good point
gather around.
Yeah,
that.
the Tigers. Yeah, the new baseball fan doesn't know the Tigers. Old baseball fan, or a guy like JJ, who's not biologically old, but is an old soul baseball fan, knows all about Al Kaline and Mickey Lolich and Denny McLain and the history of the Detroit Tigers. The Tiger Stadium doesn't exist anymore. Comerica Park does, but Tiger Stadium was one of the most legendary stadiums. It was a notch behind Yankee Fenway and Wrigley. It wasn't Yankee Fenway and Wrigley, but it was in that next tier, man. Everybody knew Tiger Stadium. Had the big facade in right field that in 1971 Reggie Jackson in the All-Star game hit it over. That people are still talking about. We're talking about that forever. So Tiger Stadium was an amazing thing. Let's take a break. Back in a moment. We're live at the farm at Okefenokee. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
It's full tilt to the finish line.
Going into 3 for the lead.
It's a half mile of havoc at Martinsville Speedway.
The race for the win.
NASCAR is revved up by the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234 and 1010XL.
Frank Frangie here. Truck Month is back at Nimnick Chevrolet. Bigger and better than ever. Now, Nimnick is offering supplier pricing for everyone on those new Chevy Silverados. That's right, the same pricing normally reserved for GM supplier companies, now open to the public. You haven't seen deals like this since before COVID. Trust me. Now, I've been buying my cars and trucks from Nimnick forever. So when they say they've got the largest Silverado inventory in the region, I can tell you your dream truck is waiting for you at Nimnick. But hurry, supplier pricing ends before March 31st. The best place to go and get cars, trucks, SUVs, I promise you, is Nimnick. I've been doing it forever, and I really have. Visit NimnickChevy.com or to the dealership at the corner of Park Street and Cassie. You'll be awfully glad you did. An awful lot of nice people selling you the best products on the market. So who does a better job selling Silverados and more? Nobody but Nimnick. Head there today, won't you? Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods, a Jacksonville family business for nearly 70 years. Heck, I've been talking about them for over a decade. The Thompson family's secret, Dandy is never frozen. Always fresh baked bread with quality meats and cheeses. No dry, crumbly subs here, only soft and tasty deliciousness. When I see that logo with the little guy with the cane on the label, it tells me I'm getting a trusted brand and a quality sandwich. So do what I do, stop in at a Circle K and make yours a Dandy today.
It's tournament time, and Best Bet St. Augustine has a full lineup of poker tournaments this month. Don't miss daily no-limit hold'em tournaments with buy-ins ranging from $60 to our $160 6-hour Ironman on Fridays. And don't miss the exciting $300 no-limit hold'em St. Augustine Championship with a $100,000 guarantee from March 26th through the 29th. For more information, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Liberty Landscape Supply is sponsoring Whiteout Cancer Night with the Jacksonville Icemen, Friday, April 3rd. Wear your Icemen gear in store and grab free game tickets while supplies last. Bring your ticket back with any $25 purchase and get a free 1-gallon plant. Liberty Landscape Supply has been making outdoor projects simple in Jacksonville for nearly 20 years. Find one of the 4 area locations at libertylandscapesupply.com.
Bet on the ball game. Get your money down. Money lines, totals, and parlays. We're cashing tickets all around.
It's baseball betting season, and VSiN's MLB betting guide is a home run for bettors. Download your free special edition of the guide, featuring a betting preview of the Atlanta Braves and Tampa Bay Rays at 1010XL.com. That's 1010XL.com.
The price of gold is soaring, and the price of silver is near record highs. If you got gold or silver just laying around, Estates Roadshow wants it. Broken chains, old rings, coins, watches, diamonds, vintage jewelry. If it's valuable, they're buying it. No appointment needed, just walk in. Get a free appraisal and walk out with cash. They're also buying pre-1964 silver coins, flatware, sterling silverware stamped 925. They're buying coin collections, gold, silver, foreign, and domestic. Plus, they've been in business over 35 years with thousands of happy customers. Licensed, bonded, state-certified scales, highest tech equipment, employees with GIA certification. The Estates Roadshow is happening in St. Augustine at World Golf Renaissance, Sunday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more info, call Marshall at 609-781-6559 or go to estatesroadshow.com and follow Estates Roadshow on Facebook to see all upcoming events.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
The golden moment today was very easy. Our friend Doug Davis was kind enough to join us. He's one of the co-founders here of the farm at Okefenokee, and I mean, people are having a great time. They, the dinner. I thought dinner was gonna be at 5. I think they waited for us. Did they wait?
Very nice.
Did they wait for us?
And they didn't. They're feeding us.
Yeah. Oh, they're feeding us crazy with all the appetizers. You're right. The charcuterie and flatbreads and more. For sure. What a gorgeous day out here, man. This is about as beautiful as it gets, man. It's a beautiful day out here at the farm at Okefenokee. So we're certainly glad we're here. And again, I'm going to come to one of those dinners now.
Oh, absolutely.
We're definitely going to make our way out to one of these dinners because it's really a fun day out here. We're almost out of time, but yeah, having Doug Davis on was certainly the one of the founders here, and just being out here, that's the golden moment as well. Being out here at this really cool remote. You even excited any more excited about the draft or no? Are you there? Have you moved? Has the needle moved at all for you?
I'm not really overly excited about the draft. It doesn't. The players in it at the top don't excite me all that. I mean, this is all you need to know. One guy's mock has an Ohio State player going 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we doing? So I mean, I just don't think it's an incredibly impressive year for the draft. Obviously, the Jaguars don't have a first-round pick. So no. I mean, I'm sure as we get closer, my curiosity level will increase, and I'll certainly be interested in seeing what teams elect to do and trades that are made and things like that. But I just think the talent in the draft, I mean, and part of it's a lineman's draft.
Yeah.
But I'm really not overly looking forward to it.
I haven't gotten there yet either. I'm with you on it. I will say this. I do think as good a roster as the Jags have, and we've had this talk ad nauseum on this program, probably some other shows on the station as well. I do think there are needs on that defense. I do. I still think 3 technique is a need of significance. I still think another edge is a need of significance. And I still can't tell you who the will linebacker is. Again, I know that Ventrell Miller and Branson Combs are getting the first crack at it, but I can't tell you who I think it's going to be. So it's kind of funny. You want your team to be good, but you're more intrigued about the draft when there's more holes, right? So the draft isn't as fun for good teams. And
if you're looking for your savior,
right,
the draft's entertaining.
That's right. And so I hope and I believe it'll be a long time before the Jags pick high again. So, which I love.
Yeah.
We picked high enough. Okay?
Right.
So it'll be a long time before the Jags pick in that top 5, 6, or 7.
It may honestly be a really long time before they have an offseason of great consequence.
That's right.
Where they're in the upper half of the league in terms of, whether it's coaching changes or whether it's, free agents that are being added, because they're going to clear a lot of dead money this offseason. Like they have a lot of dead money now because of the administrative change. But that's going to come off the books next year. So they're going to have a pretty good amount of cap space next year, but they've got to re-sign guys. So a lot of that's going to be, you would think, spent up by a Brenton Strange extension, a Parker Washington extension, a potential Trayvon Walker extension, an Anton Harrison possible extension. So you're really entering into, again, a period where the team should be really good and really competitive and a constant threat to make the playoffs and go deep in the playoffs. But what that's gonna eliminate is the off seasons that have been so talky, with us, with all the topics, as you try to fix it. If you don't have to fix your organization, the off season is pretty quiet.
Well, and one reason it's like that too, I agree with everything you said, is the NFL. The cycles are the up cycle is longer for an NFL team. The Patriots, it lasted 12 years. The Chiefs have had a 7-8 year run. The Ravens and the Steelers in their good stretches. The teams that had the Seahawks are going to be around for a while. The Rams, the team. It's not, sometimes in other sports, in the NBA, the Pacers can be in the finals one year and miss the playoffs the next. That's almost a regular thing. Baseball can be, now the Dodgers have held true, but I mean, even baseball, when JJ and I argue back and forth about winning a salary cap, the point JJ and I don't agree, but I understand his point. His point is, hey, there's so many different champions that it may not, it's not as messed up as people think. Well, the NFL, when you get good, and part of it's because the quarterback means so much. When you get good in the NFL, you get to stay there for a while. I mean, you think about it. I mean, most teams that get good, again, it's one of the frustrations with the Jaguars, is in 07, in 17, in 22, when it looked like all three times it looked like they had gotten good, they didn't stay. So, which is the challenge that faces this year's team because of that. But you know what I mean? In the NFL, when you get good, you get to stay good for a while, and you're thinking that's
particularly if quarterbacks fix.
Well, and that's why,
Yeah.
and that's correct. Usually, if you get good, it's because quarterback is fixed and not old. That's exactly right. So, all right, let's take a break. We're almost out of time. We'll be back. Say hello to Rick Ballou, Rep Program, after this.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
With just a few weeks left on the regular season, the latest odds on who will win the NBA championship. The Oklahoma City Thunder recently had a 12-game win streak snapped by Boston. They're the betting favorite at plus 135. San Antonio just 2 back of the Thunder in the division. They're plus 600. The Celtics are the best bet out of the East. Boston is at plus 600. The Cleveland Cavaliers steady in the number 4 spot in the Eastern Conference. They're plus 950. The Denver Nuggets are plus 1,000 to win the NBA championship. The Knicks, who are third in the Eastern Conference, are plus 1,400. And the Detroit Pistons on top of the East, plus 2,700 to win the title.
Progressive helping veterans drive their lives forward. More info, keysofprogress.com.
I'm Tony Desiri with your Visa in Action update on 1010XL.
Welcome to Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why they're North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. Online at KeyBuickGMC.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
This is Hayes Carline from my friend Holt at Harold & Harold. There doesn't seem to be enough time in the day to get everything done. Then you get injured in an accident and you don't know what you're going to do. Let Harold & Harold make it easy for you. Easy on becoming a client. You can just text or email if you want. Easy on finding a doctor and getting through the process. Hopefully you won't need them, but if you're ever injured, call Harold & Harold and make it easy on yourself. Call them at 904-251-1111. That's 251-1111.
Daily
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Buying a diamond should be fun, not stressful. But at some stores, the pressure can be intense, with pushy salespeople and mandatory deposits. But at Beard's Diamonds, owner John Lupo says that's not cool.
They wanted to sell them only what they had, wanted a deposit right then and there. They did not want them to shop, and we don't do business that way. It's pretty sad that you don't want the consumer to go shopping. That must mean that they're not confident in their pricing.
It's different at Beard's.
We encourage people to shop. We want you to go shopping, to know that you're getting a better deal and a better education at Beard's. We will do anything we can to make you happy without putting deposits down.
No deposits, no commission sales, no pressure, no pricing games, no corporate rule books. John's son Ben sums it up nicely. At Beard's, it's laid back and relationship driven.
There's plenty of options out there, but we're looking to go the extra mile when people want to patronize us, and it brings us great pleasure to see two lives be connected together.
Beard's Diamonds, locally owned with over 4 decades of doing business the right way. At St. John's Town Center and online at beardsdiamonds.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
All right, our last segment here at the farm at Okefenokee. Keep telling people, if you're watching us on camera, look at that. Look how beautiful that is.
It's just unbelievable. It's gorgeous.
If you really want to know how gorgeous this setup is, hope if you haven't watched it, go on demand and watch, because you need to see. Go on YouTube and see how it looks. And what you're seeing in the camera is the way it looks the whole way out here. So it's really a beautiful setup. Cabins everywhere. Regenerative farm, which I'm glad Doug explained that to me, because I kept saying it, but I wasn't completely. I knew that meant you grew your own food. What I didn't know is you continue to put work into the soil, and that enables you to grow your own food. But if you live out here, and that's kind of the thing, if you live out here, the protein's out here, the chickens, the cows, the hogs, they're here. Yeah. The turkey, they're all here. Obviously, they grow all the vegetables out here. You literally, you got to go to the grocery store for ketchup, right? But I mean, as far as the real food you eat, everything you eat is from here, is grown on the land where you live. It's kind of cool.
If you're particularly health conscious, you absolutely should look into this.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So it's very clean, and it is very healthy. So we really want to protect our friends Jeff and Doug, who founded this place. I didn't realize 2002 is when they started.
Yeah. That surprised me too.
Doug told us that on the tour, that they actually started. They bought the land and started the planning 24 years ago. I for some reason I thought it was 10 or would have thought 10, 12. So 24 years ago. And again, they've got the ultimate plan is to have 250 cabins built. They've got they have 40 owners so far. So they're about 20% of the way there, give or take. And that's the plan, is to have a community of sorts. This clubhouse area where we are now is fantastic. We didn't even see the inside, but the inside clubhouse really nice. Is great with the TV and setup.
I like it too, because it's like you only have to drive an hour from Jacksonville, but it feels like you're in a different part of the country.
Feels like you're in Wyoming.
Yeah,
it feels like Wyoming without the mountains. Is what it feels like. It really does. It's got that feel to it. It really does. So we're glad to be here. So, all right, tonight, who did you pick tonight?
I'm going to go with Purdue, Nebraska.
You think Nebraska beats
Arizona,
Iowa?
And Illinois.
So you think Nebraska beats Iowa?
I think Nebraska beats Iowa.
Yeah,
I think. Look, Iowa's a great story, and they deserve to beat Florida. Florida played. I agree. I don't know if it was an F game, but it certainly was a D- game. There was very little redeemable about the way Florida played and coached in that game. And Iowa's, got out by a point.
Right.
So I don't think Nebraska is necessarily Florida, but I do think they shoot it well and they guard. And, I don't think that they're just going to throw up on themselves like the Gators did. So I like Nebraska. It's a close. The line's only 2.5.
Yeah,
but I'll take the Cornhuskers.
Again, I think I'm going with the upsets. I do think Purdue's going to win, but I got the lower seeded team in the other 3 games tonight: Illinois, Arkansas, and Iowa. So we'll see what one winds up happening. And of course, we'll talk about tomorrow's games, tomorrow night's games, tomorrow on the program. The news of the day: Will Wade back at LSU. We've laughed about that. He got a strong ass offer apparently to go back, and Boogie Fland is coming back to Florida. I don't think there was any surprise about that, and I'll say what I said earlier. I don't think it's a coincidence that they announced or they let be announced that Fland and Klavjar, not that he was going anywhere, but that both Boogie and Urban are coming back together, because Urban has the one thing that Boogie Fland can't do, and that's shoot the basketball. By the way, it would not shock me if Urban's a starter next year. Okay, it would not. I think you and I have always believed his best value is a hired gun off the bench. Vinny Johnson from the old Bad Boys, a guy that can come off shooting. And there's certainly some defensive deficiencies, but it wouldn't shock me because they got. I said this all along. If they're going to lose, it's going to be because he doesn't get many shots up. Well, they got eliminated. He was 1 out of 3. I stood my ground on that, Hayes. I said it. I screamed it into the mic. Yeah, JJ made the point. I was screaming it first month of the season, and I still feel that way. If they'd have found a way to get him 7, 8, 9, 10 shots, they'd have won the game the other day. They got him 3. And you can't have a game where you're a bad shooting team anyway, and the one guy you have who's a really good shooter gets 3 shots. No matter what you have to do, you can't have that game.
And that's what, to me, reemphasizes the genius of Todd Golden and why Florida is so fortunate to have him, and why Scott Strickland deserves such an immense amount of credit for hiring him. With about as bad a 3-point shooting team as Florida has ever produced, because this didn't set the school record, but it was very close.
Yeah, it felt as bad as any I can remember.
to being – it's one of the worst 3-point shooting teams they've ever had since the line was put in 40 years ago.
Yeah, I agree.
And, I mean, Florida's had some terrible teams in that 40-year stretch.
Right.
And they shot the 3 better than this team. And despite that, they still averaged a program record 87.1 points per game. It's the 3rd season in a row where Florida has broken the program record for scoring in a game. That's how good Todd Golden is offensively as a mastermind. So yeah, if he can find somebody that, or give Urban a bigger role, I mean, obviously the system's great. And again, that going back to the Iowa loss, that was what was so stunning in the first half. How is this offense that never stagnates going 9.5 minutes without a field goal?
Right. And
they just played awful.
Yeah, and even
they just did not show up.
And even when they played it better in the second half, they still never found themselves. But 4 fun games tonight. We'll certainly be tracking all of those. Let's say hello to Rick Ballou.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Rick, I know you had to enjoy the influencer last night. The comedian, the Netflix comedian, the influencer doing play ball, them taking about 30 minutes to start the game. You had to love that last night, didn't you, Rick?
Well, the best part of it is we officially missed the first ever attempt of the ABS because they were actually already interviewing a manager, I believe, in the, second inning, maybe the top half of the third inning. But, hey, they're getting crushed for it. I think it's a new wave of baseball. I don't have as much of a problem with it as others do. It's tough when you introduce something with new people. Remember Fox and golf? I mean, what a disaster that was. And, it wasn't perfect, but I tend to believe that baseball fans are going to be there. Can they now bring in casual fans that are on Netflix? I had trouble finding the game. I had to make a summon to the bullpen downstairs to bring up the GF upstairs to find it. That's the only issue I have, is trying to find these games.
Do you not have Netflix upstairs?
I do, but I couldn't get it to work. I actually checked that. That was today for the Pirates-Mets game.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I had trouble finding that. I think I ended up getting it, or she ended up getting it either on Peacock or it was on Prime. I'm not sure, but that's my only issue, is how to find these games.
I get it. What's coming up tonight, Rick? What do we got, buddy?
By the way, can Omar Marino teach O'Neal Cruz how to go back on a baseball?
Worst center fielder in the history of the sport. He's the worst center fielder as long as they've had the sport. He's the worst center fielder who's ever put on a uniform in the history of Major League Baseball. This is the 145th year of the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's in 45 years. It's the worst center fielder they've ever had.
Yeah, he's
I'm
7
not kidding.
foot.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I mean,
145 years, it's the worst they've ever had.
And I actually thought Don Kelly made a nice move by, get Skeens the hell out of there. Don't let him stress with such a long season ahead. All right, hey, we got baseball coming up out of the gate. Going to check in with Zach Goodall at 6:18. He was at Florida's Pro Day today, so we're going to get the very latest. We know Caleb Banks did not work out, but still the latest on him and other prospects. And then, just a lot of fun tonight. The Sweet 16, an interesting day at the Houston Open and everything else that is ongoing. So we should be jam-packed over the next 2 hours.
All right, Rick. Thanks, buddy. Rick Ballou. He goes into the night. That'll do it for our program. One more time, thanks to our folks here at the farm at Okefenokee. And certainly Richie and Tom, thank you guys for trekking all the way up here and doing a great job at making it all work. It has been a fantastic, fantastic day. One more time, go to okefarm.com and really learn about this fantastic, fantastic place. We're honored to be part of it and honored to be a spokesperson for it. And the food's coming out, by the way. Timing is everything. We're out of here. Don't go anywhere. Rick is next. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.